I think that Putin is insane, so he is not able to admit his fault, admit his loss or something like that. And maybe this will be the hardest part of getting some kind of peace, because I think that he is going to raise the atrocities, he is going to raise the price of war more and more, sacrificing his own people just to make sure that they are doing something big for their Moscow Federation. You see, the problem is that everyone wants to end the war, but Putin is having his own vision how to end the war. The vision of Putin is just to destroy Ukraine, for Ukraine not to exist in general. The Putin strategy is not to end the war in Ukraine, and he's not caring about people, but he is declaring the vision of renewal of Soviet empire. In 2007, on Munich Security Conference, Putin stated that the collapse of Soviet Union was the greatest disaster of the 20th century. So he is not trying to build a peaceful world. He's just trying to make Moscow Federation somehow a Soviet Union #2. The second point is that why Zelensky declared that he is not going to have the negotiations with Putin, because we are trying to get these negotiations for the last 9 years. And Putin is perceiving negotiations as a sign of weakness of Ukraine, as the sign of weakness of the partners. The third point, Putin is very good in the hybrid type of wars, the war that we call the war of new generation, network war, or the information warfare. Actually, he is using the mechanisms of democratic world against democratic world. So the democracies, they adhere to some rules, they adhere to the promises, they adhere to the obligations. Dictatorships and autocracies, as a Moscow Federation is, and I would say that's kind of autocratic empire, they are using everything just to make the vision that they are right and to get their own victory. So they are using all the mechanisms against the person who is in the negotiations. They are trying to accuse Ukraine in everything that they have done themselves. So in this context, the negotiations actually are impossible. How to finish this war is to find the way to stop Putin.